In my previous video on digital notes, I mentioned about the drawing canvas tool. Here in this video, I will show you how to use this tool, and this tool will be useful for your assignments, reports, and also for your digital notes. To insert a drawing canvas, you should go into Insert tab, and under the Shapes, you will find the New Drawing Canvas tool. So when you click on that, a box will appear in your document, and this is the drawing canvas. When you create a drawing canvas, a new tab appears at the top of your document, and using this tab you can insert shapes and change other properties inside the drawing canvas. First I will create a flowchart. So I will take the rectangle shape and create copies. I will create a simple flowchart. I will select all the three and align them. Now I will take the arrow tool, and when you take the arrow tool and when you move your cursor onto these shapes, you can see there are 4 points appearing on the shape. So if you click on one of those points and click and drag your arrow and release the other end on another point in the next shape, it will create a connection between the two figures. So like if you move this shape, the arrow will still be connected to the box. And if you move this shape, still the arrow will be connected. If you create shapes outside the drawing canvas, you won't be able to create these connections. That is one benefit of working inside the drawing canvas. So I will create another arrow. So you can see the points appearing, and I will start my arrow from that point, click and drag until I find the next point in the other shape. Now I have created that connection. So if I move this box, still the arrow will be connected. Now you can insert text into these boxes. So inside the drawing canvas, I have created a simple flowchart. You saw that we can create connections, and also the other benefit is when you create a diagram inside the drawing canvas, you can easily manage and organize this diagram. If you want to move this into another part of the document, you can select on the drawing canvas and copy it and paste it anywhere you want. And if you want to move it, you can change the layout options. If you change the layout option to something like in front of text, then you can move this canvas anywhere you want. If you want, you can add more shapes and expand your flowchart. So I will again select both. I will select both, align it. This time I will use another type of arrow, and I will start from this connection point, click and drag until I meet the other connection point in this shape. Likewise, I can again use the same arrow, start from here and connect it to this shape. Now I have created those connections. Now I will show you how to annotate an image inside the drawing canvas. I have created drawing canvas here, and I will paste my image. From the shape format tab, I will insert a text box and insert arrow. and when inserting the arrow I will create the connection to this text box. Now I can add my text here. You can see that there is a connection between the text box and the arrow. Likewise, we can keep on adding text boxes and arrows to annotate this image. If you see that the connection has not been made, you can click and drag the arrow until you make the connection. You can even connect this arrow to this image. So you can see that when I click and drag this arrow, 4 points appear around the image, and you can create a connection to one of those points. But in this case, that is not our interest. But if you want that feature, you can use that. So that is how you can annotate an image. In some situations, we have to draw graphs in our documents. So again, I have created a drawing canvas, and I will show how to create a graph. So you can get the arrow shape again and draw the y-axis. So while you click and drag the arrow, you can press shift key and the arrow will be vertical. Likewise, I will create the x-axis again using the arrow shape. Again, to make sure it is horizontal, I will press the shift key and the arrow will become horizontal. So now we have the two axes, and we can select both the axes by clicking the control key. Now I have selected both the arrows, and we can right click on one of these arrows and group them. Now both these axes, both these shapes act as one shape. So if we change the size, both the axes will change, and if we want to move it, we can move both of them at once. Now we'll insert the lines. So we can use the line shape and insert the line, the graph, in a way you want. This is not a proper way of drawing graph because it is not at the correct scale, but when you make notes, you can use this drawing canvas to make sketches of graphs. And maybe you want to mark this, the x-axis where the two lines cross each other. You can also change the size of lines, the color, and if you want to add any text, you can add a text box, and you can add the text inside the same drawing canvas. You can even highlight this shape using a triangle, and you can see when you add the triangle, it doesn't align correctly with the shape you want. In that case, you can select that shape and go into edit shape and select edit points. Then you can use these points until you get the exact shape you want. I will create a similar triangle. And again I will use the edit points feature to create the exact shape I want. Let's say the line of your graph is not a linear line but a curved one. In that case you can use these other curved shapes. For example, you can use this curve shape and draw your graph. If your graph has a very weird shape and if you cannot use any preset shapes, you can use this free form shape and draw your graph according to the way you want. So likewise, you can sketch a graph inside a Word document using the drawing canvas tool. So other than using the preset shapes from this list, you may want to create your own sketch on Word. One way you can do is using this freeform shape like we did earlier. However, the problem with this tool is that you have to always go back and select the tool to sketch anything in the drawing canvas. So you cannot continuously draw any sketch you want. If you have the need to continuously sketch something in the drawing canvas, you need to insert a new tab into your document. So to insert that tab, go into File, Options, and Options, select Customize Ribbon. Here under the Main Tabs list, you should find the Draw tab. So select that Draw tab and click on OK. Now you will see that a new tab has been inserted into a Microsoft Word. If you go into the Draw tab, you will find several tools. And in this case, you can select this pen tool and you can even change the colors and change the thickness and everything. And using this pen tool, you can sketch anything you want. So I will sketch a water cycle here. Let's say this is rain, and that rain flows as runoff to the water body, and from the water body there is evaporation. You can even write it here. At the moment I am using the mouse. It is a bit difficult to write text. So in that case you can insert a text box. So likewise you can create your own sketches inside the Word, inside the drawing canvas, if you have this Draw tab activated. You can also change the settings of your Microsoft Word so that whenever you insert a shape, it automatically inserts the drawing canvas. To change the setting, go into File, options and select advanced, and here you will see automatically create drawing canvas when inserting auto shapes. So select that and click on OK. So now whenever you insert a shape, a drawing canvas will be automatically created, so that you don't have to create the drawing canvas manually. Now I will show you some examples where I have used the drawing canvas. So this is a report, and in this report I have taken a photograph of a soil profile, and I have used the drawing canvas to annotate the different soil layers. Here I have drawn a sketch of a graph and inserted my notes. This is another graph, and again I have sketched the graph and inserted the notes. So likewise you can use the drawing canvas in your digital notes and also for your reports and assignments.